This is Higher Homework Unit 2 Extension, and what we're going to be looking at is we're looking at question number 9. Right, so the points A, which is 9, 8, and B, 3, minus 2, are the ends of the diameter of a circle. So find the equation of this circle in the two forms that we normally use. So we're just going to find it in the two forms. What I'll know is that if I can find it in one form, I can convert it from this form to this form quite easily, so that's really what I'm going to work out. So let me first of all show you what it's like graphically. Okay, so the first thing that we've got is the point A, which was 9, 8. So let's just plot that. So there's 9, 8 there. So that's the point A. The point B is 3 minus 2, so 3 minus 2 there. So that will be the point B. 3 minus 2. And I know that if that's the diameter of a circle, I would expect to find the centre would be halfway along that diameter. Okay, so halfway along that diameter, if I look at it, that would be that point there. So that's going to be the centre, and that looks like 6, 3 that's there. So if that's 6, 3, that'd be my circle. So from there, I could just plot my circle from there, and all it would do is just go all the way around, from there, round to there. So that would be my circle. And all I'm trying to do is to find this circle here in the forms that I normally work with. So first thing, find the centre, I'd then find the radius, and I'll probably use the points C and A to work that out, and then from there I can just put it into the normal equation. And remember, these equations are found in the formula sheet that you've got. So let's go and do that. Right then, okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the midpoint. So what I know is that the centre of the circle is the midpoint of AB, and that's really since AB is the diameter of the circle. Okay, so let's go for it. So let's find the midpoint, and the normal way that we'd find the midpoint would be to add the x values together, x1 plus x2 all over 2, and the y values. And all we're doing is taking the mean of these values there. So let's go for it. So the midpoint is going to be my centre, so I'll go for 9 plus 3 all over, that's going to be over 2, and the y coordinates will go for 8 plus minus 2 all over 2. So they're just the coordinates of A and B that I've put in here. So my centre is going to work out to be, that's going to be 12 over 2, which is 6, and that's going to be 6 over 2, which is 3. And that was the point that we found by just doing it graphically there as well. Right then, from there I said I'd work out the radius, because I need the radius and the centre to work out the equation of the circle. So let's go for the radius. So my radius is going to be equal to the distance, it's equal to the distance between C to A. Okay, so let's use these values. We'll just use the distance formula for this, and what we'll go for is I'll go for 9 minus 6, and I'll square that, so that's just the x coordinates. I'm going to add on to that the y coordinates. Okay, so what I've got coming out of here, that's going to be 3 squared, which is going to be 9, and that's going to be 5 squared, which will be 25, and if I add them together, what that gives me is the root 34. Okay, and that's my radius that I've worked out there already. Right, let's go back up to the top. So we've got the radius, we've got the centre of the circle. Okay, so I know that for the part 1, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the formula sheet. The formula sheet tells me that the centre of the circle will be A and B, and all I need to do is to substitute that into the equation of a circle and substitute the radius in as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So that will be my A point, and that will be my B. So I've got x minus 6 squared plus y minus 3 squared, and that equals the radius, which is root 34, and all I'll do with that is I'll square that. So just to sort that out, x minus 6 squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to root 34 times root 34 just gives me an answer of 34. And that there is the answer for part 1. Right, for part 2, the way that I can work that out, if I know this equation here, to work it out in that form there, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to multiply the brackets together, move everything to the left hand side, and hopefully that should work out the equation for me there. Right, let me multiply this bracket out here. If you multiply out by FOIL, go ahead and do it that way, and just take your time and make sure that your working's good on this one. So that'll give me x squared minus 12x, and that's going to be plus 36. That's me multiply that bracket out there. I've then got plus y squared, and I've got minus 6y and plus 9. And what I'll do is I'll just grab that 34, take it to the left hand side as well, so that'll become a minus 34, and that's an equals to 0. So I've nearly got it into that form already, so all I'll do is just gather everything up in the form that it is for that equation. So I've got x squared plus y squared, I've then got minus 12x, so with x's first, then it will be y next, which is minus 6y, and then gathering the numbers together, what that would give me is plus 11, and that equals 0. And that would be the question complete. Let's have a look at marking for this question. So what we'll go for is we'll go for 1 mark for getting the centre. Okay, so remember the diameter, just half of the diameter will give us the where the centre of that is. The radius is the next mark that I'm going to get, so root 34 for the radius. I'll go for 1 mark for getting this part, so the left hand side of the circle equation, and I'll get 1 mark here for getting 34 as the r squared part and writing it out in that form there. And finally, just 1 mark for multiplying out the brackets, gathering up the terms in the form that I really need it. So marks here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So marks out 5 for question 9.